Last time they won a regional, they made the College World Series and won it all back in 2016. The high-scoring teams in the country will be facing a White alongside the NAAC, their 15th tournament appearance. And Coach Barry Davis in his 19th season getting back to the field of 64. Elsewhere on the coast.
Why don't you just tell us, your reaction? You guys got a big couple of wins over this past couple of weeks, and now headed to regionals, not too far, down in Conway. How are you feeling?
Yeah, we feel great. We know that we put ourselves in a great position at the end of the season, playing well in conference play. We knew we had a chance for an at-large bid, but we really didn't want to, leave it in the hands of the committee. We wanted to, make it set in stone. So coming out yesterday and just playing that kind of baseball was great to see, and we're just super excited for the opportunity.
Talk about just kind of the roller coaster that the weekend was, given the weather, and then realize you guys only going to have one game instead of a chance. Even if you guys would have been lost twice, just not having that chance, and just having some adversity placed on you guys. Talk about what that kind of brought out of you guys, and kind of touched on it, just the good baseball you guys played this weekend.
Yeah, with weather, you never know what's going to happen. It was really unfortunate. We were kind of put in a bad spot when we were playing really good baseball, but we knew that we just had to stay together and in the hotel, just having fun together, stay loose, and just have fun with each other. And we knew that if we come out and play the way that we should, we'll be all right.
And you particularly have played very well this year too. Part of a really strong offense. Just kind of what the message was going into this year, and knowing what you guys were capable of, and I don't want to say you guys have now seen the fruit of your labor. You know where you're going to go. You still have games left to play, but just kind of where you think this team is feeling given this whole journey of this year.
Yeah, since last summer we've just been putting in the work, and this fall we had a lot of success, and seeing it pay off in the spring is great, but we still got work to do. And I think just up and down the lineup we have a lot of hitters, a lot of gamers, and guys that want to play. And when you have energy coming from the dugout and from everyone, then you're in a really good spot offensively.
Does the mindset change now? What changes now that you've got your regional opponent set, and now it's kind of do or die the rest of the way? Obviously still double elimination, but this is it.
Oh, nothing changes. You're still playing baseball, still the same game. Atmosphere and environment might be a little bit different, but you got to have the same energy that we had yesterday and the days before coming out. And if we play the baseball that we should, we're going to be heading to a super.
You've been part of this team for a while, and they've been going just up and up and up. And when you joined the program, is this kind of what you expected, and what have you gotten out of this so far?
Oh, absolutely. My sophomore year, the first time we had a conference tournament after COVID, we lost to those guys in the championship, and I knew that that's what we're all about. So just being able to battle back and put together a year like this is just really special, and I know it's what UNCW is all about.
Jack, you're from Wilmington. You play for UNC Wilmington. There's a lot of other players also kind of not even just from Wilmington, but from the area. Recruiting and just kind of cachet in the program. What do you think this shows about baseball in Southeast North Carolina?
Oh, it's always competitive. There's good players, and when you're growing up playing baseball around here, you're gonna be a good player if you have talent. So I think that recruiting around here is just really beneficial for us. You find guys that really want to be here, that know the area, that know the people, have a lot of fan support, and I think it's just a really great way for us to put together a good team.
Jack, we talked before the season, and a lot of teams might not have, or a lot of fans might not have really understood what to expect from you guys this year, and some of the predictions. But as you guys have been so resilient in this last stretch of the season, just talk about what that's been like for the team. Just finding a way to win when it matters most. What has that been like? Yeah,
it's just awesome. It shows what we're all about. We got a bunch of guys that love to compete, and our back's kind of against the wall. We're in a bad spot when we should have double elimination. We only have one game to lose. It just shows that we want to fight, we want to win, and a lot of us we only had one guy that had a conference championship and been to a regional, so we just had a bunch of guys that were just dying to win, and it just shows what we all want to do.
seeing Conway Regional come up, the other 3 schools come across, any kind of initial thoughts or any kind of unique things that with this specific location and those specific teams?
Yeah, it's just a very, very familiar spot. We didn't play there this year, but I probably played there 8 times since I've been at UNCW. So, it's going to feel like it's right in our backyard, but we're just excited to get down there and compete.
And obviously you knew today you guys were going to see your name come across the screen, but just the emotion of actually seeing it and being with your teammates and all these other people here that are here to support you, just what was going through your mind in that moment?
It's a dream come true for us, as a team. It's what we've been working for 3-4 years now, and we hadn't seen our name up there. It's just it's a very surreal moment. We've all worked really hard, and I'm just glad for the older guys that are not going to be here next year that they got to experience that.
Tabor, somebody who's been here as long as you have, and seen teams that even when we spoke about it, teams that you thought could make it this far that fell just short. And what was it about this group of guys and this season and the things you went through, all of that coming into equation that equals CAA champs and automatic berth and going to the Conway Regional? What do you think was different about this team and this group of guys?
We just have a group of guys that. We love each other. We all had one goal in mind every day we show up to the park. The goal was to win, whatever that took. It wasn't about personal stats, none of that stuff. Just whatever we had to do to get a job done. But, like me, Kroom, Hudak, Ron, Trev, some of the guys that have been here longer, just trying to help these young guys understand, like, the shortcomings of the past couple of years. Even when we had super talented rosters and it just didn't go our way. And just helping these guys understand, like, look, it's not easy to get this job done. It takes showing up every day, focused, and with your bringing your A game. And we just help instill that mindset in these young guys. This very, very talented group of young guys that we were blessed to have on our team this year. And we got off to a little bit of a rough start, some growing pains in the beginning, just guys getting their feet wet, playing college baseball for the first time. But once we got past those little hiccups and guys got comfortable, it was really special to see it all unfold on the field. So,
and for you personally, given your journey just to be here at UNCW, and then obviously the family history that you have with UNCW and your dad being a player here and being a really good ball player, what does it mean to make a regional and do it here and do it the way that you have done it?
Oh, I can't even put it into words. I just. Last night on the bus ride home, just felt like I was going to wake up from a dream at any moment. Just incredibly blessed, and I just got to give glory to my Savior, Jesus Christ, just for being there with me every step of the way. And I'm just at a loss of words. And it just means the world to me to just stay patient. And like you answered in the last question, it didn't happen for us the past couple of years, but just kept believing. I know that this program has a history of championships, and that's the standard. And I told Coach Hood last night I was just so honored to be a part of his first conference championship as head coach. And I told him, I was like, there was no way I was going to leave this program without being a part of a team that got it done. So
that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Can you kind of just walk me through kind of what these last 2 weeks were like? You guys, have kind of your backs to the wall in the tournament despite not having to lose a game in there. What was the mindset like through this past weekend down in Charleston?
The schedule that we've played this whole season, the schedule that Coach Hood set up for us, conditioned us for these types of circumstances to have our backs against the wall. We played a pretty grueling schedule, a lot of good teams, and so when it got to those moments at the end of the season, when it came down to having to win 3 against William and Mary to be regular season champs, and then having to, we know what we had to do in the conference tournament too. We had already been through moments like that throughout the season, and it was nothing that we hadn't been through, and we were comfortable, and we just went out there and trusted our game, and just kind of, it's the same game we've been playing our whole life, and you can't make it more than that. So.
Tabor, you told us before the season that this year was a little bit different for you. You're going to have a little bit less maybe focus on yourself and kind of a leadership role as such an experienced player. Tell me how that developed this season and just how that felt for you.
Just understanding that, I love this program so much and my teammates, and just understanding that this is my last year of college ball. And, my dad tells me all the time, from his time in college ball, he doesn't remember hardly anything about the individual games or stats or games he played well, games he didn't. What he remembers is the relationships he made and and those relationships going forward in his life. And so this whole year I just tried to put extra emphasis on just pouring into those young guys and making sure that that when my time is up here that that relationships were built, and that was the priority over anything that happens on the field. So
Speaking of relationships, just, you know, the moment you guys see UNCW come across that screen, just what goes through your minds about, you know, just more than just for you, for everyone else that you're there with, you know, all the celebration that you guys just went through. Talk about, like, mentally what went through your head.
Just, you know, right before that happened, probably about 15 minutes before that happened, I posted on Instagram about winning the championship, and I captioned it "worth the wait," and that's how I would describe it for everyone in this room today. Is that it's been a little bit of a long time coming, but it was worth the wait, and just super happy for literally everyone in that room, everyone that played a part in it, not just the players, you know, the managers, the coaches, just all the support staff. Mark Dominic, our trainer, who couldn't be here with us to celebrate. He had a loss in his family, had to go handle that, but just everyone, just so happy that for everyone in that room. It's not just about the players, it's everyone plays a part in it. So
Last question for me. Obviously, you guys are familiar with some of the teams in there. Just, you know, what you feel you guys are capable of going into this next weekend.
I mean, we saw who we're playing against, and you know, no matter where we were being sent, we believe in ourselves. And like I said, our schedule has literally been loaded with teams of that caliber that we're going to be facing this weekend, and we've been through it, and we're ready. We're not shying away from the moment. We're ready to go compete to our best abilities and just see what happens. So,
Coach, first of all, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
You know, the moment you see UNCW's name, you hear the crowd go nuts. People here supporting you guys, your players. You know, kind of just the emotions that go through your head after the first CAA championship, going to be your first regional here.
No, it's you don't ever take these moments for granted. I've been fortunate enough as a player when I was at Campbell to be in one of them in 1990, and then you know, the last 10 that we've had here as assistant coach, and then this is the number 11, and you know, a lot of guys in our program, this is their first opportunity. Just a great feeling. It's a rewarding feeling because the work we put in since last summer and through the fall and through the spring and the grind and the ups and downs, it's very, very satisfying, and I'm just really happy for our guys, our program, our fans who's came out for all our games and support us. And you see the crowd here today. It's just an awesome crowd.
Conference tournament, sorry, Jim. The conference tournament season is obviously, it can be grueling, especially the changes you guys had last minute.
Yeah.
Kind of walk me through how you keep the team motivated and what that, you know, obviously led to something pretty successful.
I mean, it's just the last 2 months have kind of been, you know, everything's right in front of us. We got to win baseball games to get our RPI up in a position where we're an at-large possibility, and then as we just get further into the schedule, you know, you win the regular season, you put yourself in a 1 seed, and then, you know, you just got to go play well in the tournament. And you never can predict the weather when you're an outdoor sport, and it factors in a lot of time. And I'm just, our guys have just been really tough all year. We've played a really, really hard schedule, a schedule that I feel like going into today, if we didn't have won the tournament, we would probably been right there in those last 3 or 4, potentially in or out. So it's nice to not have to worry about that, but it also just means we've had a really good season overall.
Coach, you've been, I mean, from your time here, you've had a lot of really good teams as well, just, you know, falling short in whatever aspect it was. Yeah. What do you think it was about this group of guys that, you know, got, you know, even with the rough start, got it done at the end of the season?
Just gritty guys that come to work every day, and they've really come together, and they're a close-knit team. You know, most of the teams that you're around are close, but this team's got a little specialness, what I call to them, and it's just been fun to come out every day, work hard, and just enjoy watching them having fun. And when it's all said and done, that's, you know, that's our job. We're going to get after it, have practice, and have fun while we're doing it. And then when it's game time, write the lineup out, make a few decisions, and then let them play.
So yeah, let's talk about that. You know, the upcoming regional. It's really cool about it. So many teams from the Carolinas.
Yeah.
In this year's tournament, you got Coastal and Duke. You guys kind of pull from the same area with recruiting as well. What what about this regional stands out to you just at first glance here?
Well, first, it's awesome that we're a short drive away where, we're familiar with the area, we're familiar with the stadium. It gives a lot of our fans a chance to get down and have fun for the whole weekend and have great support. But, we played Duke back in the South Carolina Regional back in 2015. I can't remember the last time we've played Ryder, but all good teams, and we'll start preparing for those guys. But it's kind of unique. We normally play Coastal every year, and this year was the year where they were not on our schedule, and now we're in the regional with them, so it kind of worked out. But good program. They've earned the right to host, and I'm looking forward to just getting down there and competing, and we're going to go down and try to win a regional.
What do the next couple days look like, just as you guys prepare?
Well, today's just kind of enjoy today and have fun with what just went on and rest up. A lot of us didn't get back to our houses till 2 or 3 this morning. I know the guys were hoping to have a little fun, and I told them, just be smart, but we'll rest up today and we'll start preparing as an administration on what's our plans over the next 3 or 4 days from traveling standpoint. And then tomorrow and Wednesday we'll have practices and lift weights with our team here in campus, and then most likely head down to Conway later Wednesday afternoon, evening, and practice. I don't know what our practice time at Conway will be, sometime Thursday.
Last question for me, knowing the field, and you kind of just talked about it a little bit, but just what you guys have been through this year and how you guys are playing right now, just what you think this team can accomplish, what you feel your expectations can be going into this weekend.
I mean, I feel like, you got to catch some breaks here and there, but I feel like this is a very, very regional that is winnable if you go play baseball and play well, but good baseball. I mean, you gotta catch breaks, but it's. I feel very confident with our team where we're at right now, and Coastal's deserving of being a host, and they're going to be very tough in their home ballpark. Duke was potentially a host up until a week ago, so they've had a great season as well, and Ryder won their league, so it's just it's going to be a fun weekend, good competition, and looking forward to hopefully get in there, and our next step as a program is to bust through and finally win a regional. So everybody in our program kind of knows that. It's not pressure, it's just, are we going to be that one team that's ready to do it and can get it done?